Imagine a world where cities are just beginning to rise, where history is just starting to be written. Welcome to ancient Jericho. A city steeped in mystery and myth, Jericho was one of the earliest urban settlements in the world. Strategically positioned near the Jordan River, it was a thriving hub of trade and culture, with towering fortifications that hinted at its military might. As for the Israelites, they were just emerging from their exodus from Egypt, guided by the divine and driven by the promise of a land flowing with milk and honey. The city of Jericho, with its imposing walls and strategic location, was the first obstacle they encountered on their path to the promised land. The collision of these two worlds, the fortified city and the wandering tribe, was inevitable. The confrontation that followed would echo through the annals of history and legend. The stage was set for one of the most intriguing sieges in history, the Siege of Jericho. As the Israelites stood before the formidable walls of Jericho, a plan was devised not of brute force, but of faith and divine instructions. Joshua, their leader, received a vision from the divine. The message was clear: march around the city for 7 days, blow the trumpets, and the walls would crumble. So they did. Each day, the Israelite army, priests, and the Ark of the Covenant circled Jericho. The city's inhabitants watched in bewilderment, perhaps even mockery, as this odd procession continued. But on the 7th day, things took a different turn. The Israelites marched around the city 7 times. The priests blew their trumpets, a shout echoed across the land, and then, the impossible happened. The walls of Jericho, once thought invincible, trembled and fell. Dust clouds billowed into the air, and when they cleared, a path was open. And so the walls of Jericho fell, not by the might of an army, but by the sound of trumpets and a shout. The city was theirs. As the dust settled on the conquered city, a new chapter began. But what evidence do we have today to corroborate this biblical account? Unearthed from the sands of time, the remnants of ancient Jericho offer a tantalizing glimpse into the past. Archaeologists have discovered a collapsed city wall, pottery shards, and scorched grain, all suggesting a violent end. Yet the timing of these events is a contentious issue. Some scholars argue the city met its fate around 1500 BC, aligning with the biblical timeline, while others propose an earlier date. Interpreting these findings has also sparked debate. The collapsed wall could be evidence of the biblical account's trumpeted destruction, or perhaps a result of natural disaster. The charred grain, too, may indicate a swift military conquest, or alternatively, a seasonal fire. While the archaeological evidence continues to be debated, the story of the Siege of Jericho remains a captivating tale of faith, strategy, and the rise of a nation. The Siege of Jericho is more than just a biblical tale. It's an event that continues to intrigue historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts alike. Delving into the annals of time, we've unearthed the fascinating facets of the ancient city of Jericho, a civilization that thrived and fell, leaving behind remnants that whisper tales of glory and despair. We've journeyed through the intricate battle tactics employed and the pivotal role of divine intervention as narrated in the scriptures. The archaeological evidence we've explored paints a vivid picture, yet also leaves room for interpretation, stirring a debate that adds a layer of intrigue to this millennia-old event. From the towering city walls that crumbled to the ground, to the remnants that survived the test of time, every artifact tells a story of its own, shedding light on this historical marvel. Whether you see it as a historical event, a divine miracle, or a blend of both, the Siege of Jericho continues to echo through the ages, inviting us to explore, understand, and marvel at our past. Remember to subscribe for more historical deep dives.